Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Tech Talk. We would like to speak about something really exciting, for some people even emotional. We want to speak about cars. Please think about how much time are you spending in cars? And if you're from a city, let's say here from Berlin, how much time are you actually spending in traffic? Yes, cars are the most popular medium of transportation today. Alone in Germany, people drive more than 660 billion kilometers every year in total. In North America and Australia, more than every second person is driving daily. And in the US, in average, people spend more than 1 hour in cars every day. This is a lot of time. And what do drivers want to do while they're in the car? They want to be entertained, they want to be productive, and they want to stay connected. And all of this through the apps and services that they daily love using on their smartphones, on their smart TVs, and other devices. This is why in-car apps have a huge potential for app developers to bring value to cars and to even monetize it. In recent years, we have seen that the usage of in-car apps is continuously increasing. This is driven by multiple trends. Starting with screens. The screens are getting bigger. The number of screens in cars is increasing. Like we have all these beautifully integrated pillar-to-pillar screens. We have passenger screen dedicated for the co-driver. We have screens for the rear seat passengers, inviting occupants to play games, enjoy a nice video. Then we have assistant driving advancing. Even today, ADAS systems are reducing the cognitive load for drivers, allowing them to perform more tasks while being in the car. And in the future, we can expect that drivers can take more of their hands from the steering wheel and their eyes from the road to interact with apps and services to be more productive while being on the road. And of course, with the rise of electric vehicles, people are spending more time in cars during charging sessions, inviting them to be productive, to join, for example, Teams meetings through the car, or simply enjoy a nice movie through the superior screens and the audio systems that we have in cars today. At the same time, we are observing that customers are willing to actually pay for digital content within cars. For multiple years, most of the car manufacturers are offering paid connected services and features to their customers to enhance the in-vehicle experience. And they do this at even significant price points. This is why we see a huge monetization potentials for app developers in the automotive space. You see, entering automotive with your apps is a unique opportunity and even allows you to create new revenue streams. Now the question is, how can you best bring your app to automotive? How can you do this with the most impact at minimum effort? My name is Jens. I'm product lead for ReadyLink Marketplace at Harman. Marketplace is a white label in-car app that serves customers with Android apps from the OEMs and from third parties, and also offers vehicle features that go beyond Android apps. Our mission is to make the building, testing, and publishing of automotive-grade experiences as easy and as seamless as possible. And that's why we're here at droidcon today. We want to engage with developers to show them how we enable that. We showcase how we provide you with a tool chain along with Marketplace that makes it easy for you to develop an app and test it at rapid speed early in the process. We want to explain how we as a white label app store make it easy for you to scale across multiple car brands globally. We provide you with a proven network of car manufacturers from all different regions that you can reach by just publishing the app once to our app store. And we mentioned the monetization potential. With the payment capabilities that we're bringing with ReadyLink Marketplace, we want to make it as easy for you to create new revenue and to leverage the payment methods that are already available in cars today. I'm happy to have the team from my colleagues at Harman and CARIAD with me today, who will tell more about all of these topics. And I'm really happy to invite you to our booth, where you can experience all of this on our code labs within the cars to see how seamless we actually can make it for you as a developer. So now I'm pleased to invite Daniel on stage, Senior Director and Product Lead for developer experience at Harman.
Thank you very much, Jens. Yeah, also welcome from my side, everybody. It's nice to see that room filling up a little bit as Jens did the introduction. As Jens said, my name is Daniel. I'm responsible for what we call our developer experience-related products within Harman. I'm pretty sure that if I would ask how many have heard about Harman and doing developer experience-like products, then most likely nobody would know that. Oh, very good. At least 2 hands, 3 hands maybe, 4 hands. Excellent. Thank you. So to get the other hands up as well the next year, that's why I'm on stage today, okay? So let me explain a little bit what Jens already elaborated on. One of our products that I want to talk about today is called Ready Sequence Loop. And what we aim for with Ready Sequence Loop is 3 simple things, right? Number 1, we want to have an increased developer velocity. Sounds easy, but we get to the details in the next slides a little bit. For those of you who are familiar with the automotive industry, that you would agree that shipping software from idea into car usually takes months if things go good, right? Most likely years. We actually want to reduce that to days, maybe even hours. Let's see. We also, and Jens elaborated a little bit on that already, we do see a challenge when it comes to providing applications, like when you're developing an application and you need to provide that to different car manufacturers, but you want to make sure that your app and the experience your app is providing is kind of consistent between the different car manufacturers. So how do you achieve that? Do you need to buy 300, 400 different car models? Well, maybe you'd like to own them, but you don't want to invest in that, I'm pretty sure, right? So let's see how Sequence Loop can help with that. And then the last point, also very important to me, we want to provide all of that in a zero setup way, right? So the kind of concepts that you will see, the underlying technologies, all of that is there for years, but it always required you to actually invest a lot of time and maybe even money to actually spin up these kind of environments to do exactly these testing. Because what we essentially do, again, 3 major things, is providing developers with environments where they can virtually develop and also test their applications. I think the virtual development case might be known to hopefully many in the rooms, right? Browser-based IDEs are around for a long time. We've also integrated this aspect into Sequence Loop, where you can essentially configure your dev container, bring all the plugins, bring all the dependencies in the IDE for the build process, and then also share that amongst coworkers, right? So if that's a thing you love, great, we have you covered. If you don't like that, if you're like, hey, I like my local IDE, no problem, you can also stick to that and still get the rest of the benefits. Because the core of Sequence Loop really is that virtual testing piece. So what we do is we spin up what we call virtual targets, all of that in your browser. So like I sometimes joke and say my product is a website, because that's all the UI we have, right? You go there, you just log in, and then you create these virtual targets and spin them up, and you actually see, for example, the infotainment screen in the browser. You can interact with it, you can click on it, and you can deploy then your app that you have developed into that virtual target and see how it actually behaves. That's kind of the manual testing aspect of it. All of that is also available via API access, so that from any given CI pipeline, you can just pump the results into the Sequence Loop environment and say, hey, now I need to spin up 20 different images and need to run these test cases, because again, I want to have a consistent experience about different car models, different regions, screen sizes, whatever. If you're really on the advanced side then, and doing a lot of work with automotive car manufacturers or partners of them, you can also take it to the next level and say, okay, I know it's all good, it looks nice on the virtual target, but does it really look like that on the actual hardware? Then you can actually hook that up to what we call a device farm, which essentially, as you can see, is usually a room full of infotainment head units, for example. But you as a developer, you don't have to leave your experience. You're still accessing this particular device, sitting in that device through the browser, and still get access to that screen share that you can interact with, essentially. So here's a quick example on how that looks. That's the UI of Sequence Loop. You can create an image here. You just, a target. You select an image, give it some details, a name. You select the screen size. You configure which RAM you would like that to use. And then once it's ready, you can launch that target, essentially. It takes a couple of seconds. First time a little bit longer, and then it's quicker. And that spins up now this virtual image. And this is what users would usually see in the car. You as a developer, you are seeing that now in your web browser, which gives you access then to exactly that infotainment system that, again, you can deploy your application to. And how you actually deploy, in the case of you're using our browser-based IDE, here it's shown how you can actually create such a workspace, select the template, give it a name, and then it spins up this browser-based IDE. And there you have the usual stuff you can do, right? Obviously, you can clone the repository. And then the most important piece is actually that you can obviously build the application, but then also deploy that application, that APK that fall out of that build process at the end. You can deploy that to the virtual target that you just created beforehand. So that, again, we believe, coming back to the 3 initial points that I had, we believe that that actually increases developer velocity by a lot, and it's actually shifting left a lot of testing and validation efforts. And especially when it comes to IVI application developers, it allows you to be able to test these applications at all, right? To see how this looks on a given car. So Ready Sequence Loop is in what we call a private preview today. The good news, I'm jumping to the very right of that picture now, is that you can actually get your hands on that private preview. Just visit our booth right out the door a little bit left. There's a code lab experience where you can, you get a little challenge, an app that you need to develop. And then you can actually use Sequence Loop and its virtual targets to see how your app would look like and how it would feel like to the end user before it's actually being deployed to the car. One important aspect, maybe there are also people in the audience that also provide, let's say, tools that are relevant for automotive software development. The box in the middle here. We are not building Sequence Loop with a mindset of we will solve all the problems, right? I'm not naive to believe that, actually. We're building the product more in a sense of that it actually can also integrate with other existing solutions. So think about plugins, think about extensions, all that kind of stuff. So if you believe that this kind of product could be something that your capability could also be beneficial to, feel free to reach out to me or my colleagues, either after the talk or then at our booth. And here you can see the code lab in action. Usually it's pretty crowded because people are excited to get their hands on that. So make sure to stop by. Yeah, and that's like the developer experience part, and now I'm handing it over to my dear colleague Saverio and our valued partner at Qendrim later on. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. I will introduce you to the Harman ReadyLink Seller Portal. To get started as a developer, simply register on the portal. After submitting your details, your account will be pending our approval by our partnership team. Once the account is approved, in the first login, you need to provide additional information and complete your profile and agree to the developer agreement. After that, you're all set and you can start publishing your app. The developer console, which we provide, allows you to publish and manage all your application. In the analytic dashboards, you can view statistics about installs, and you can use our ticketing system to request support and to get also feedback from our QA team and from the OEM themselves. In the documentation section, you may be able to access publishing guides, Android automotive best practices, interactive code labs, like the one which we are hosting at our booth, And you will be able to see documentation for integration details about the ReadyLink SDKs, like template, payments, and places. In the tools section, you can access Android Automotive images and also reference tablet images, and you will be able to access also detailed guidelines allowing you to perform testing and configuration for example, audio focus, voice interactions, and also multi-user and multi-display capabilities configured for the available cars. Now, publishing an app of the developer console is a straightforward process and is organized in 4 main steps, which you can see on this form. You need to enter some specific information like the app name, category, and details. You need to provide the legal and support information, and you can upload the visual assets like screenshots, feature images, and icons, which helps you make your app visible in both the store and on the car. You may also provide test credential, and you may select the available vehicles where you want the app to be published. So now let's talk about the app publication process. Submitting an app on the ReadyLink marketplace involves mainly 3 stages. After submission, your app undergoes the ReadyLink marketplace QA certification process. This stage ensures that your app meets the quality standard and performs reliably. Once the QA store is complete, you will receive a validation report. This includes details like performance, security, scans, driving distraction, and privacy details. If your app is rejected, you may get additional documentation highlighting also the cause and guiding you to overcome these issues. Following QA, your app proceeds to the automotive OEM reviews. You can monitor the status of the submission process using our activity log section in the developer console. After your app is published, you can get access to the app dashboard. The dashboard gives you information and statistics about install, uninstall, active devices, and also active session. You can filter those statistics based on the car model and the app version, and you can also see them in timed graphs so that you can better understand trend analysis. The crash report tools allow you to monitor the application crashes. You can also download information and tombstones about the crash for further analysis. We recently added a support tools which connects you directly with our certification team and with the OEM directly. You can submit request, information, or report issue for our tools. Additionally, you will be able to get the issue reported by the QA team and by the OEM themselves during the onboarding and also throughout the app lifecycle. Now, the ReadyLink portals are a key component of a Harman in-car experience ecosystem. Together, those portals ensure a seamless experience for both developers and car manufacturers. The seller portal, which I detailed, is designed for third- and second-party developers. The Harman admin portal acts as a management hub overseeing all the operation and governance for the application and for the features. The OEM admin portal is specifically targeting automotive manufacturers, enabling them to handle their unique requirements and integration. In the next section, Qendrim will provide you further details about the OEM review stage, which is carried out by Cariad for the VW Group. Thank you.
Test 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, my name is Qendrim Zhuniqi. I'm a software engineer at Cariad, more precisely at Cariad's App Store team. Oh, I have to flip, sorry. So, what is Cariad exactly? We are the software company of the VW Group, and yeah, we are trying to make the VW Group the global automotive tech driver. So a rather ambitious goal, but I think we have good preconditions for it, as we have the tech expertise at Cariad, and of course the sheer scale of the VW Group. So just a few numbers here on the screen. We have like over 45 million connected vehicles now on one backend for 9 leading car brands of the VW Group. With this setup, it was possible for us to introduce 14 new vehicles for the VW Group. My bad. All those cars that were introduced, like in 2024, they had all Cariad tech included. Cariad tech, like, for example, the group application store that we are developing. For the group application store, we are partnering here with Harman, as we need a strong partner for the third-party content. Harman is providing that through the platform, which was already introduced by our colleague here, Saverio. You saw that you can create a developer account with Harman, upload your third-party apps there. They will be made available for all the brands of that Harman is supplying, including the VW Group. Now, maybe you saw the certification process of Harman. That one is just like half of the approval process that third-party apps have to go through to get included in VW Group cars. We have on the top left corner, you're seeing the before mentioned Harman approval process. That one is just like the first step. Afterwards, before the third-party apps can be included in VW Group cars, they have to undergo further testing on our side. At Cariad, we are then testing on reference hardware and reference vehicles for the different brands. We are testing system integrations and sorry. We are my bad. We have system integrations and again on reference platforms. Before those approvals go then further to the OEM admins. Again, another test is happening at the brands. Each of the brands of the VW Group that has our solution, again, goes through additional testing on actual real cars on, they are brand-specific setups, brand-specific acceptance tests that they are doing before they are approving it for their specific portfolios. So this would be the whole chain of the release process on our side, but just a super high-level overview, because, of course, we can't go too much into detail here. So if that process sparked any interest for you to upload now third-party apps into the Harman ecosystem, and you want to directly test it in a car, we have actually the Q6 e-tron with us at the booth. You could upload your apps and you can directly test them in a car as close as it can be to real-life testing now. Now, I would like to hand over to my colleague from Harman, the principal software architect, Hatem, because potentially you are thinking now, how can you even earn money with your third-party app in this setup? And he will introduce his topic.
Hi everyone, I'm Hatem. I'm a software architect, so working on the marketplace solution, focusing more on our payment solution. Yeah, so in the previous slides, my colleagues presented how we are at Harman empowering developers with tools and portals to develop, test, publish digital content via our marketplace. So this is essential as today consumers value the in-car digital experience as much as engine performance or the vehicle design. So in the next slides, so we will see how you as a developer can unlock the full business potential out of this digital experience and generate a recurring revenue. While vehicles evolve into connected platforms, the IVI system is becoming a powerful monetization engine, and consumers are more ready to pay for a useful app, feature, or a premium content. Recognizing this business potential, we started at Harman early building our payment system to enable the monetization via our marketplace. So our payment solution is based on Samsung Checkout. It's based on Samsung Checkout. So we currently support for third-party purchases, we support two PSPs, so Adyen and Stripe, but our architecture is enough flexible, so we are able to add additional PSPs if needed. Security and compliance, of course, are central to our solution, so we are PCI DSS compliant, and we support key standards like SCA, strong customer authentication, or 3DS. So we are also flexible to integrate with existing payment solution, OEM existing payment solution, to provide or deliver a unified experience in the car for the third-party purchases or OEM purchases. So now coming to the car, so we also provide an automotive. I was saying that we also provide a digital, automotive-grade digital wallet. So, and as you see here in the screen, so those are the use cases we support. So the end user can see the payment or credit cards he has in his payment profile, can add anytime a new one. So for security reasons, so we don't allow adding a payment method from the car, but we show a QR code, and then the user needs to scan it via his phone, and he will be redirected to a secure and safe portal where he can enter sensitive data. So the end user also can see all the transaction history and the details he did in the past, and of course the wallet is also implementing the checkout flow, including the 3DS authentication. So now coming to the use cases. So in our payment solution, so we support 3 use cases. So the first one is store purchases, where as an end user you can purchase an app or a feature from the marketplace. The second use case is in-app product purchases, where from a third-party app you can purchase or subscribe to digital products. And the third case is also from third-party app, and then you can purchase goods and services like parking, charging, or food, for example. So you may ask here what's the difference between 2 and 3, why they are split in 2 use cases. Both of them are from third-party apps. So, so in the case of in-app products, you are purchasing a digital product, and the fulfillment of this purchase is an entitlement. And this entitlement, we as Harman, we are creating and maintaining in our cloud. So that's why we are doing the fulfillment, and we are the merchant of record. So we are collecting the money, and then we do a revenue sharing with the third party. In case of goods and services, most of the time, those are physical goods like food. So imagine if I'm purchasing from the head unit a burger, so the burger will not come from Harman. So you are responsible to deliver this as a merchant, to deliver this, this burger. So that's why you are the merchant of record, and you are collecting the money, and you need to bring your PSP to our system. So let's go via the first use case. So, and I think this use case is for lazy developers who does not want to do any effort for integration, as you see. So after uploading your app, you can, with a couple of clicks, you can enable this feature. You can add the price of your app, save, and then your app now is shown in the marketplace as a paid app. Second use case, in-app products, as I said, so this is more for digital products. And in this case, so you need, as a developer, to integrate with 2 SDKs. So the first one is the in-app SDK, and then the entitlement SDK. Of course, you need also in advance to add all the digital products in our portal. And then using the in-app SDK, you can, from your app, get the list of your products along with the plan prices you define it in the backend. And then using the entitlement SDK, every time you your app is started, so you can check for every product if you have a valid entitlement. So if a user subscribes to one of your products, then you get a valid entitlement. And this is how you know whether you need to enable this feature or this product to the end user. Now coming to the goods and services, as I mentioned, so in this case, you need to integrate with our payment SDK. So you need only to integrate with one SDK. So first, you need to register your PSP, and then you will get a merchant ID. So you see on the right side, so the red box is the third-party PSP, and then you will get a merchant ID. This merchant ID, you need to configure it in the app, and then with every request going from your app via our SDK, the merchant ID is provided, and this is how we know how to route or how to process the payment with which PSP. So now, just to show you how easy is it to integrate with our payment SDK. So in 4 steps, so I will show you. So you need, of course, to integrate add the dependency to our SDK, add the payment permission, then create your payment request. You set the amount, the currency, and then notice the merchant ID is important. You create a callback where you will receive the result of the payment, so it can be success, cancelled, or failure. And then create an instance of the client and send this request using ready to pay. So this is all you need. Starting from this last line of code, you don't need to do anything. So, and the Harman digital wallet will take forward. That's it. Thank you. So next, I think you can connect to our app developer website. You will find more details. You can scan this QR code, and then you will also have access, the link to the developer console also available. And I invite you again to the booth number 20, so where we have the code lab, so you can experience all these sequence loop, and we prepared some code labs, so you can also try the payment example, so you are welcome. Thank you.